welcome to the mic, Jaida Elcock.
Woo! Howdy, howdy, howdy. I knew at some point this was going to become a problem. You know what? I'm wearing pants, so this is fine. That's not weird. I was going to talk today about how, science never goes how you want it to, which is funny, but also, truly devastating when you're a scientist and you're really trying to get data. So instead of being really sad, I decided let's shit all over the Megalodon instead. I'm going to talk about why the Megalodon is objectively not the most interesting prehistoric shark. In fact, I find it quite boring. Now, let's be real. Of course, the Megalodon is super awesome. It is believed to be the largest fish to ever have existed and one of the largest carnivorous fishes. It got to lengths of 60 to 65 feet. That's really cool. Wow. Fully admit that. They're dead, very extinct, for sure.
You mean when I watched the DVD that I bought from the bargain bin of my parents' grocery store called Mega Shark versus Giant Octopus, that was not true?
I'm so sorry to crush your dreams. It was not accurate.
But could it have been accurate in the past?
I'm not going to say no.
But it was a $5 DVD, and I trusted it.
Jaida wants to be in the sequel.
I do. No, so the reason that we know that this shark is extinct is because it was a, shallow water coastal species. They were believed to have given birth in coastal waters. We don't see them anymore. If they were there, we would have figured that out by now. Again, they were huge. And to the argument of, what if they evolved to live in the deep sea would no longer be the Megalodon now, would it? Would have evolved into a completely different shark. So the Megalodon's dead. I'm so sorry to crush your hopes and dreams. Super gone. But it's fine because they were of average level of interesting, right?
It's brutal.
I mean, let's be real. Everyone's like, it's like a giant great white shark. And I'm like, right. And the great white shark is average at best. Great is a little strong, right?
Just more average? What are you going to...
It's just bigger and therefore more average, right?
Right.
Their extinction was probably had something to do with the Ice Age, which I think is really interesting. It was believed there were probably a lot of different things that went into it, like their nursery sites got destroyed when sea levels dropped because ice was forming at the poles, or their prey items were evolving to be able to go into colder regions that the shark couldn't handle because probably was an ectotherm, so it couldn't handle the cooling temperatures. Eventually, it just died out. It lived between 23 to about 3 million years ago, but it's super dead now, and I'm going to tell you about a shark that's way cooler.
I gotta say, Jaida, your energy right now is so Anna Delvey. I feel if anyone watched it, she's just like, Megalodon is so broke ass. Not VIP. Thank you.
I'll take it. I'll pretend I know who that is. I see. So yeah, here's a picture of me in a Megalodon jaw. It's kind of cool. But again, cooler sharks. We have Stethecanthus.
Whoa.
This guy.
Is that a baby shark?
No, they were just really little. They were so cute. This is, okay, bigger is not always better. Look at how cute this thing is, right? It's adorable.
It comes with a travel size handle.
Exactly! So this shark was super cool, smaller than you'd expect it to be, right? It lived between 370 to about 345 million years ago. I think that they're awesome because they're also known as the anvil shark because they have this little weird-looking modified dorsal fin.
And a toupee.
And yeah, this weird patch of whatever the hell's going on right on their face, right? These guys were super cool, cooler than the Megalodon because, for obvious reasons, look at it. But it's believed that only the male had this weird anvil thing, which suggests, this sexual dimorphism suggests, mate attraction and, what is the word that I'm looking for? Do you know what I'm trying to say? It's
Sexual selection.
Thank you, sexual selection. There we go. And that's really awesome. I think that that's a very unique thing. Not a lot of sharks have sexual dimorphism like that. And so I think that this is something that's very unique. And also, who doesn't love a little scruffy little patch of want to give it a pet right on its head? I mean, it's made of basically modified teeth, so would for sure slough off a layer or two of skin.
No.
But in my dreams, it's soft and you can just give it a little pat, right?
Love is pain.
Exactly. So that's Stethecanthus. I think they're super awesome. Stethecanth
Does
go
it
wrong
have
with this.
eyes? can't tell.
It does have eyes.
Okay.
They're just in a dark patch of the picture. It's fine. They've got eyes. They exist. So yeah, that was the first shark. I think that they're super awesome. The next one we're going to talk about is Edestis, which were, again, probably pretty huge, up to around 20 feet long. These guys lived, I believe, 306 to about 299 million years ago. And they had this really weird tooth situation going on that they looked like scissor teeth. And so they had like this row of teeth on the top and this row of teeth on the bottom, and they think they basically like thrashed kind of like a sawfish to get their prey, except sawfish went like this, and Edestis went like.
I will say between the head bashing now and the picture here, it just looks like such a fun shark.
Yeah.
Right? Like,
Yeah.
I would party with this shark.
I
100%.
agree, absolutely. Go to a nice metal concert, this guy's got you. I mean, look out the row in front of them
Like,
for
literally-
sure. Might get sliced and diced a little, but
Killing it in the mosh pit.
Killer.
Literally
Killer.
killing. Yes.
That was a good one. I like that one. But yeah, I think that these sharks were super cool. They're one of the first sharks we believe to have done this weird thrashing motion to get prey items. And that's super awesome. Who doesn't love that? Also, what kind of face is that? What are you doing with how? Evolution, what is happening? You know what I mean? I think when you see, I want to see a shark where I look at it and I'm like, the fuck is going on? You know, like hammerhead vibes, right? But with the Megalodon, you're just kind of like, it's a shark and
Big
it's
old
big.
shark. Yep.
Derpiness is selected for. What can we say?
It should be, absolutely. And in the Megalodon, it wasn't, so the Megalodon's boring.
Yep.
This is a constant theme that we're going to come back to. Yeah, so Edestis is really awesome. And I've got one last shark to talk about. I might be cheating a little with this one. It's technically a chimera, but, you know, shark adjacent, we're going to go with it because regardless of what it is, it's still cooler than the Megalodon. So, Helicoprion. I don't know if anyone's ever heard of this thing before, but they call it the buzzsaw shark because its face looks like a buzzsaw. They got to be probably around 20, 25 feet long. That's crazy. That's larger than the great whites that we see. And yes, it had a whole ass buzzsaw on its face. That's insane.
What?
Again,
How would you even use that?
right.
What?
Yeah, so it was believed they ate soft-bodied things like squid. Sorry, Diana.
Oh my god.
I'm so sorry. But basically,
I
it
heard
just,
the Megalodon is much cooler than this shark.
you can delete my number, thank you. Basically, the idea was it would open its mouth and like chomp down and just basically slice a squid in half.
Really didn't
I'm so
euphemize
sorry.
that.
No, I really didn't think that one through with the squid expert on the panel here. So apologies. But so the theory with this tooth whirl is that basically its teeth are on a conveyor belt like any other shark, and they move forward and then they eventually fall out. Problem is with these guys, apparently they didn't fall out. They embedded back into the jaw, which sounds horrifically painful. I'm afraid of the dentist, but at least I'm not this dude. And they would just continuously make more and go back into the jaw, and then eventually you end up with this weird tooth whirl. And since sharks don't have bones, shocker there, teeth are pretty much the only thing that we have fossilized of these organisms, and so you have just this weird fossilized tooth whirl, and everyone was like, what on God's green earth is going on with this thing? There were so many different ideas of like, oh, was it the top jaw and it spiraled like an elephant trunk, or was it on the end of its tail, or like what's going on? And we eventually came to the consensus that it probably looked a lot like this. Another thing, these guys survived the Permian-Triassic extinction event, and apparently the Megalodon couldn't even survive a cold winter.
Wow.
So there we go.
Wow.
This picture is so fascinating, but also like, is this the first hoarder of planet Earth? You know, like just can't get rid of its teeth.
He refuses.
You know?
It's like your mom when she's collecting all of your baby teeth. And you're just like, is there a reason for this? And apparently for the shark, maybe, but I don't know what it is yet. I don't think anyone does. It just, retained all of its teeth, and now we have it in the fossil record looking like an aggressive lollipop. So here we are. So yeah, that's what I got for you on why there are many other much cooler sharks out there than the extinct Megalodon. They're
Amazing,
all
thank you.
sadly extinct and dead. But if I could bring one of them back, it's not going to be the Megalodon.
Keep it going for Jaida Elcock. I'll give Jada a second to. That's wonderful.